Assalamu alaikum students and welcome to SM Public Academy Campus 5. I hope you all are staying home and staying safe and you're taking care of all the necessary SOPs, okay? So, before I begin the lecture, let me remind you that we are going to have another English language class today, all 8th graders, and this all week we are going to have only language, okay? We had literature last week, this week we are going to have all language, okay? Back to back language classes. And the topic that we were doing yesterday we will be continued today. So let me allow some of the other students to get in. I'm your teacher, Ms. Sabarif, and this is our English language class. Our topic for today is clauses. We will be continuing clauses again because definitely I told you yesterday when we were doing the work that we have only done one type of clause today. We will be doing the others tomorrow. So today we will continue with the same topic, that is clauses. I want you all to have your books and copies with you. Kindly have your concept 3 book with you. We'll be doing some work from that book as well today. So I want you people to have the language book, copy, and your stationery boxes with you before you come to the class every day. Okay, from now onwards, you should have everything. So, just a little recap from yesterday. Those of you who don't remember what we did, or those of you who were not here today, yesterday we discussed about the clauses. Okay, and now, what are the clauses? Let's see what are clauses. A clause is a group of words that contains both a subject and a predicate or a verb. There are two types of clauses. Okay, so basically, a clause is a statement or a paragraph, phrase that contains a subject and a verb, both of them. Okay, the difference between any common sub statement and this is that it has a both a subject and a predicate. It has both of them. Okay, you need to understand this thing here that a clause is a group of words that contains both a subject and a predicate. It has both of them at the same time. So what are clauses? Again, there are independent clauses and dependent clauses. There are two types of clauses. Basically, clauses are divided into two different types, that is independent and dependent. I explained you this thing yesterday. Independent clauses are complete sentences. They can stand alone and express a complete thought. So basically, independent clauses are those clauses that are actually a complete sentence that begin with the capital letter and end with the period or a full stop, and they are actually giving you a complete thought. That is, they're expressing a complete idea or a complete thought, and they are complete sentences. Okay, for example, I want some cereal. Mary likes cats. Joseph is a good soccer player. So all of these are complete sentences where you have the subject and the verb, both of them. Here, I want some cereal. I is my subject, want is my verb. Mary likes cats. Mary is my subject. Likes is my verb. Joseph is a good soccer player. So Joseph is my subject and good soccer player, that is my is my actually there's only is one helping verb here, that is. Okay, so it has all of them. So these three sentences are actually fulfilling all the needs of a clause, that is, it has a subject and a predicate or a verb. So that's why they are independent clauses. Now moving on to dependent clauses. Dependent clauses contain a subject and a predicate, but they do not express a complete thought. That means they have a subject and a verb, but they are not explaining a complete thought, and therefore they are only half part of the sentence. They usually have two parts. Okay. Suppose it's when it is raining. So when it is raining, this is my dependent clause, and it will be dependent on the next part. When it is raining, I like to go out. When it is raining, we to take umbrellas. So this is the way a dependent clause goes. Because you were late, so we finished the food. Or because you were late, we did not wait for you. So again, if I only say because you were late, so this does not make any sense. It's supposed to have another sentence that, that's why it's called a dependent clause. Okay, that it is not a complete thought, it's a part of a thought or an idea. Okay, is that clear? So there are three main types of dependent clauses now. Yesterday I told you that we will be focusing on the dependent clauses more, because dependent clauses is our basic subject. Independent clauses are only sentences, so we don't have to worry about that. We are actually dealing with the dependent clauses. Adjective, adverb, and noun. There are three types of clauses: adjective clauses, adverbial clauses, and noun clauses. Okay, they are named by the way they function in a sentence. So basically, the name, that is, if it's an adjective clause, so it's serving the purpose of an adjective in the sentence. If it's an adverbial clause, it is serving the purpose of the adverb. And if it's a noun clause, then it's going to function like a noun. Okay, is that clear, everyone? So, yesterday I explained you the noun clauses. If you people remember, like suppose if it was pepperoni is fine with me. So, that was a sentence. Whereas if I say anything would be fine with me, so anything would be, I can eat any kind of pizza. So, again, because that is an explanation. And if I say, well, like, I can eat any, so, then it's an incomplete sentence. Okay, I think there's a little problem with my internet also, so if you people can hear me anytime, if you people cannot hear me, let me know, please. Okay, so we are doing the adverbial clauses today. What are the adverbial clauses? Yesterday we did the noun clauses, today we are doing the adverbial clauses. Adverbial clauses or adverb clauses are groups of words with a subject and a predicate that function as adverbs in a sentence. Okay, so basically, these are the group of words that have a subject and a predicate or a verb, and that function as adverbs. Okay, that is, they're serving the purpose, or they're serving the function of adverb in a sentence. Okay, and what are adverbs? Adverbs are the verbs that explain a verb. Okay, like adjective explains a noun or gives more information about a noun. Adverbs give more information about verbs. Okay, so they serve the purpose of the adverb in the sentence. Just like adverbs, they answer the questions when, where, how, why, to describe time, place, manner, purpose, etc. Okay, so basically, adverbial clauses, what are they doing in the sentence? They are usually answering the questions. Suppose uh, Ali got late. Now, why did he got late? If I say Ali got very late, yeah, Ali got late because he was, stuck in the traffic. So these will be the adverbial clauses, okay, which are actually explaining the reason, giving the reason for the verb of the sentence, okay. For example, before you leave, please turn off the lights. So if I say before you leave, that does not make any sense on its own. But if I say please, before you leave, please turn off the lights, then now it is making sense that okay, before you leave is my adverbial clause, please turn off the lights as my supporting sentence. So before you leave, you is my subject, leave is my verb here. So it is satisfying the condition that it has a subject and a predicate or a verb. Okay, the show will start after the sun goes down. Now, again, the sun is my subject, goes is my verb here. So, after the sun goes down, this shows that this has a subject and a verb both. But if I say only after the sun goes down, this does not make any sense. What after the sun goes down? So, the show will start after the sun goes down. Okay, now it's a complete sentence. If I, it says, and it's a dependent clause. Okay, she acted like it was a joke. So again, like it was a joke. If I say only like it was a joke, it does not make any sense. But it was a joke. Was is my verb here, and joke is my subject here. Okay, so it was a joke. We cancelled the trip because the weather has gotten worse. So, because again, this is giving an explanation of the verb. Why was the trip cancelled? Okay, so because the weather has gotten worse, weather is the subject, gotten is the verb here. So again, this is the subject and the predicate, both the things here. So this is a dependent clause and it's the adverbial clause because it is explaining the verb in the sentence. Clear? Any questions so far? No, you don't have to write anything right now unless I ask you to write anything. Don't Nobody is supposed to write anything right now. Shall I move forward? Everything is clear. Do you people understanding what are adverbial clauses? Okay, great. Let's move forward. Now, look at this adverbial clause. A dependent clause that functions as an adverb. I will eat my broccoli now. Okay, so eat now. Now is explaining eat. Okay, adverb modifying will eat. Okay, so basically this is a statement. I will eat my broccoli now. This is a statement. It is not a clause. I will eat my broccoli after I eat this cookie. This is a clause. Why? Because it is explaining, modifying, or it's explaining when will you eat. Okay, this is explaining the when. Eat is my verb. It is explaining the when about it, that when I will do this and when after I eat this cookie. So I is my subject. Eat is again my verb here. So it has a subject and a predicate. So now this is a adverb clause. Okay, that it is explaining the verb. Okay, the clause of reason now. Now we have different types of adverbial clauses. Okay, the clause of reason and the clause of purpose, they are actually the adverbial clauses. They are part of the adverbial clauses. Okay, so what are what is the clause of reason? Let's see. An adverb clause of reason indicates why the particular action of the verb is taken. So basically, and reasoning is where you're giving the reason, okay, behind the verb. I will eat because I'm hungry. So this is giving my reason. When you're giving a reason in the clause, then it's called a clause of reason. Read the following sentence. Because he likes his master, he helped his master. Now see, he helped his master. Okay, this is my main clause. Okay, and he is my subject. Helped is my verb here. So this is a complete sentence. This does not need a dependent clause. But because he likes his master, this is the dependent clause or the clause of reason. It's giving a reason why he will help his master, because he likes his master. Now again in this clause, he is my subject, likes is my verb. Okay, and this his master is the object. So basically, he likes his master, he helped his master. In this sentence, why he helped his master has been answered by the adverb clause, because he likes his master. Okay, such an adverb clause may be adverb clause of reason type. So basically, now this is an example of adverb clause of reason, where you give the reason behind what is the verb doing. I did this work because this work is part of my educational project. So I did this work. Did is my verb here. So now to explain did, that why did I do my work? Because this part is work is part of my educational project. Now work is again my subject here, you know, and this work is part of my educational. Is my verb here. Okay, is the helping verb here. There's no other verb here. So this is just a, we just have a helping verb here. Clear? In this sentence, why I did the work has been answered by the adverb clause, because this work is part of my educational project. So the adverb clause of reason will begin with because, since, as, that, in case, etc. You know, it usually begins with such words, okay, that because, or you know, explanatory words. So, as, since, that, in case, you know, it usually an adverb clause begins with these kinds of verbs. Okay, and which adverb clause? The clause of reason, where you're giving a reason why the particular action is taking place. Why? What is the reason behind the verb? Okay, I will eat because I am hungry. He will go because he is in a hurry. She will not wait because she's getting late. So these all are clauses of reason, that you're giving a reason behind them. Okay, let's move forward. The clauses of purpose. Okay, so the adverb clause of purpose indicates the purpose which the verb may address. Okay, so clause of purpose actually tells about, no, beta, you don't have to write anything right now. So, adverb clause of purpose may indicate the purpose which the verb may address. That is, now, reason is when you're giving a reason behind the verb, and a clause of purpose is which is telling about the purpose. Why is something being done? Okay, because and purpose. Okay, reason and purpose are two different things. Reason is when you are doing something and you're giving a reason for it, and purpose is what, why you are doing it. Okay, so basically there is a slight difference between the clause of purpose and the clause of reason. Okay, now look at this sentence here. We have to eat so that we may live. So that we may live, this is a purpose. Okay, that we are eating. Why? Because we need to live. Okay, here, the adverb clause so that we can live is purpose for which we eat. That means the verb eat is addressing the purpose. Okay. So, eat is the verb, and why are we eating? So that we may live. So, now this is the clause of purpose that it is explaining why we will live. Okay. The reason why we are going to eat is to live. Okay. Such an adverb clause of purpose will begin with so that, in order to, in order to, these are the common words that we use for the clause of purpose. I will give you a map so that you can find the way to your relative's house. So then I will give you a map. Now, why will I give you a map? Give is the verb here. So it is explaining the verb because it's again adverb clause. It's a part of the adverb clause. So it's always going to explain a verb so that you can find the way to your relative's house. This is an explanation. Why will I give you? What is the purpose? What is the my purpose to give you this map? Okay, so this is called the clause of purpose. In this sentence, also the purpose for giving the map has been noted in the sentence in the form of a adverb clause. Such is the nature of an adverb clause of purpose. So basically, are you people understanding the difference between the clause of reason and the clause of purpose? And both of them are the adverbial clauses. Okay, both of them are adverbial clauses. You have to remember this thing that both first of all, we did the noun clause yesterday that was serving the purpose of the noun in a sentence. Today we are doing the adverbial clauses. The adverbial clauses are the clauses that explain the verb, the function of the verb in a sentence. Okay, and then the adverbial clauses are further divided into the clause of reason and the clause of purpose. The clause of reason tells why the verb is doing that thing. Okay, and the clause of purpose tells what is the indicate what's the purpose behind the the verb doing it. Okay, there's a little difference. When you will do them, you will understand them more precisely, that what is the difference. But you have to understand that there's the clause of reason and there's the clause of purpose. Any questions so far? Please let me know if you have any questions, otherwise we'll begin with the classwork. Anything that is not understood, please let me know. Okay, Fatma, you want to know one more example of clause of purpose. Okay, so what can be? See, a purpose clause is a clause which is answering the question why the main clause is being done. You know what is the main purpose behind? The why the subject is doing a certain thing. Okay, getting it? She worked hard so that she might pass the test. Okay, that is why is the reason she's working hard, because she wants to pass the test. Okay, is that clear? Or you can see, suppose it is I bought a tent so that I can go for camping, or in order to avoid an accident, we had to stop. So these are all clauses of purpose. That what is the purpose for a certain thing? I'm going to Africa so that I can enjoy the vacation. So every time there is a purpose. To learn how to ride a bike, he is going to take lessons. So definitely all of these are the clauses of purpose that are actually defining the purpose why a certain thing is being done. Clear, children? Now let's begin classwork. Open up your language copies, please. Well, I already gave the example of adverbial clause. Adverbial clauses are these, all these clauses, the clauses of reason, the clauses of purpose are the adverbial clauses, Abdul Rahman. I just gave you the example, Vite. Kindly write the index, everyone. Abdul Rahman, see, adverbial clause is a dependent clause. Okay, first of all, you have to remember it's a dependent clause. That means it cannot be alone. If it's alone, it's an incomplete sentence. It's a dependent clause and it functions as an adverb. And what is the function of an adverb? The function of an adverb is to explain the verb in the sentence. Okay, getting it? Now, suppose whatever example I'm going to give you, you have to understand that. Okay, suppose I'm saying, even if I take the train, I might be late to the appointment. Okay. So if I'm saying, even if I take the train, that does not make any sense. But it will be, I might be late to the appointment. So again, even if I take the train is my adverbial clause, and I might be late to the appointment is my is the main clause of the sentence. Okay. Is that clear? Are you all writing the index? Hurry up and write the index, please. Everybody done with the index? Shall I move it? Okay. Okay, this is what you're going to do in your copy. Continue it from yesterday's work. Okay, no need to do it on a separate page. If you have place under what we did yesterday, we wrote the noun clauses and the adverbial clauses. If you have a space under that, begin it from the same page. No need to, start from a new page. Or if you want, you can start from a new page. It's up to you because you have written the index, so you can start from a new page also. No, but no big deal. So look at here the clauses of reason. I took an umbrella because it was raining. So the reason why I took an umbrella is because it was raining. I came back quickly as it was getting late. So why did I come back quickly? Because as it was getting late. Okay, so these are the reasons, okay, behind the verb. Clear, children? The clauses of purpose. I am working hard so that I get good marks. Now this is the purpose of working hard, okay? He is studying medicine so that he can serve the people. So why is he studying medicine? So that he can serve the people. The purpose behind studying medicine is to serve the people, okay? If you are done, then let me know so that I can move forward. And please make sure you copy it correctly. You people are making a lot of mistakes in copying because you're copying quickly in a hurry, so you're making mistakes. Please copy carefully. Done, everyone? Okay, let's move forward. Yes, beta, you have to write it like this. You wrote the definition of adverbial clause yesterday and noun clauses. Remember, then you will write the clauses of reason and clauses of purpose. And this is from page 282. Okay, this is what you have to write. You don't have to write everything what I have written here. Only write that, please. I've given you the reference of page number 282 so that you know from where I'm doing this, and this is where we are doing the work from concept 3, but only copy what I am telling you to copy. Okay, whatever I've written here, just write that much. Okay, just write what is written, Abdul Rahman. Don't, I'm only giving you the reference of the book so that you know from where I am doing it. Okay, otherwise what I've written, just copy that. Because in the book there are many sentences, we cannot write everything, but you should know when you are preparing for the test or when you're preparing for the exams, that you can open up that page and see all the examples. Definitely, if there are 10 examples given, we cannot write all the 10 examples. But it is for you people to have a guidance from there, okay? That, this is from where you can practice for the exams or practice for the tests, that where it is given in the book. Hurry up, you have 2 more minutes to complete this, then we'll change the slide. This is actually the clause of place and clause of time. Okay, now what is the purpose of the clause of place? That it's actually telling you the where part of the adverbial clause, that where something is going to happen. I will go where you go. Okay, I will go with you. Rather than saying I will go with you, this is where you go. That is you and go. Subject and verb. I will stay where he will stay wherever he finds a room. So where will he stay? This is explaining that wherever he finds a room. So he is the subject, finds is the verb. So this is a clause of place. Clause of time, I leave when he comes. So when will I leave? This is actually telling about the when part. When something is going to happen, the timing. That is when he comes. He is my subject, comes as my verb. We will start whenever you are ready. So whenever you is my subject, are ready. Are is my verb here, okay? So when will we start? It's telling about the time. Clear, everyone? Abdul Rahman, if only I cannot wait for you. If you're writing slow, don't worry. You can always go back to the Google Classroom and open the lecture from the link and do the work from there. Okay, you don't have to worry. But definitely, I cannot give you the all the time. For this, I have to do the explanation and the work both, and I have only 40 minutes to do this. So I have to, part my work in this way so that I can do the explanation and the work at the same time. Okay, let's move on. Now this is exercise 13D, okay, from the book. You all can see it's 18D from the book, and there are around 18-20 sentences. So definitely we cannot write all the sentences. I have only given three, but when you're preparing for your test or for your papers, then you can, read all of those sentences. That's why I've given you the reference of the exercise. You can practice it from there. You can see the different types of sentences over there, that how the sentences are being made, okay, for the clauses of place. Just write three in the copy because you cannot write all 20 sentences, definitely. So I saw him. Now I saw him where? Where did I see him? Again, that's telling the place. All the students were studying. So students is my noun and studying is my verb. She will go wherever her husband takes her. So she will go wherever her husband. Husband is the subject and takes is the verb here, okay? They traveled where the tourists were allowed. So they traveled where the tourists were allowed. So the tourist is my subject and where is my verb here, okay? So just to explain to you, I'm highlighting it. You don't need to highlight it. If you want, you can write it with the black pen. That this is the clause. Okay, you have 3 minutes, children, to complete this work. Otherwise, the class will end. If you miss something, you can go back to the Google Classroom. Okay. Rumasa, why have you joined the class so late, bete? Abdul Rahman, you only have to do these three because definitely there are five, around 20 sentences. You cannot write all of them, so just write these three. And this is not the first slide, Rumesa. This is the third slide. You have missed the index and the first two slides. So you will have to go to the Google Classroom and see the lecture from there, okay? Because you have missed the work. So you have to, go back to the Google Classroom once that I uploaded. Okay, those of you who are done, kindly check, review your work, revise your work. There are no spelling errors or there are no grammatical mistakes because you people write in a hurry. You people make grammatical mistakes, you make spelling mistakes. So please check for that. Okay, Ramasa, give me a minute. I'll show you. Everybody done? Shall I move the slides? Okay, Ramasa, this is the index. Those of you who have anything incomplete, you can take a screenshot. This is the index. Done. Okay, this is the first slide. This is the second slide. Okay, so take care of yourself, everyone, and Allah Hafiz. And if you have missed anything, then you can take it from the Google Classroom. Okay.